Hello and welcome to Quick Looks with the Casual Hour. My name is Bobby. Joining me for this one, the gamer on the go. The Quick Look's so nice they did it twice. Hardspace Shipbreaker is in 1.0, and I am so excited to talk to you about it tonight, Chase.
I'm excited to see it.
So I actually think I did this one solo, but I wanted to bring you along for this one because a lot's changed in how we do Quick Looks and a lot's changed in how this game is played. So what do you know about it other than that I really like it?
I know that it came out, well, the 1.0 release came out in late May, May 24th to be exact. Bobby, do you remember when this showed up on Early Access?
It was a January. I think it was like pandemic era. I'm pretty sure. I think it was like...
So January 21?
I think so.
Okay. And then this is out. What is this out for? PC, obviously, but
it's out for PC only.
Okay, but it is coming to other platforms, right?
That is the plan. They launched it out of early access on Steam, and it's also on PC only Game Pass.
Okay. That is what I'm seeing so far. And this is from Blackbird Interactive, and they've worked on such games as Crossfire Legion, which I think is in early access right now, and then Homeworld 3, which is also in early access, correct?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Or it's coming out soon.
Got it. And also I know that this game fucking rules. Show us more about it, please.
Yeah, so Hardspace Shipbreaker, this really started off as like this sandbox game where you are disassembling ships, and we're going to get right into that, but they've added in quite a bit. And what you're seeing here is they've got like this player hub where you come in between your shifts. So you work for the Lynx Corporation, who is a very questionable organization that seems to favor profits over people. And in doing so,
well, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right or familiar at all. But it's a very simple area in between things. You have your workbench where you will upgrade your gear. You've got two main tools that has a little wear and tear that you got to keep an eye on. And I'm going to go ahead and get these ready for our shift. You can get repair kits and keep these things up and running. And I'll get into some of the upgrades after we get into it. But you'll upgrade your gear here. You can customize the decor in your home space based off of stuff that you find in ships. Okay. But the whole thing is you've been contracted by Lynx to work for them, and they've literally taken everything, including your body, and made it something that can be replicated through cloning or just reassembling or some terrible process. And in doing so, they charge you a shit ton of money, so we are forever in debt, and we're working on paying that debt off. The whole loop of the game is you're going to pick a ship out of a catalog. There's going to be varying degrees of hazards that you want to avoid. The more hazards or the more complex the ship is, the better your rewards are going to be. The Lynx tokens are what you use. That's the in-game currency to upgrade. You will also be making money back, as you can see there on that bar. There's different levels that you can get. I was mid-breakdown of this ship. We're going to start a new one here tonight. Upper right-hand corner, you're going to see the debt that you owe to Lynx. You're going to see the job board showing that there's 7.
A big number.
That's a very big number. Very big number. But there's some really cool ships here, Chase, and I am excited to show you how we're going to break them down.
Okay.
Let's do this mackerel.
Is the ship going to bring in $1.2 billion?
No. You are always going to have to work. Work by profit. Come on now. This is the hub that you're going to come back to a few times while you're playing this. You want to always have tethers and thruster fuel. If you do something stupid and hurt yourself, you're going to see that area have to come back a little bit more. You have to come back here and repair it. Top of the screen, you're going to see there's a timer going off. We got 15 minutes to take apart as much as we can before our shift is up. We can come back to the ship. The timer is not the thing that really is a bummer, but you are managing your oxygen levels, and you can upgrade your suit to have to keep you from coming back to do that, but we will have to come back out and grab some oxygen. I have a grapple gun that's going to be using to move parts that we break away to either this area here, which is going to be a processor. That is a furnace. You have the same thing on both sides. And beneath us is the barge. Items will be listed as such, so you can see that's supposed to go to the processor. That's going to go to the barge. If we take a detailed look, you can start to see cut points on what you want to be focusing on if you need to get super granular. The other thing that you're going to have, of course, is a tool. You have a laser that you'll be using to break things apart. It's got 2 modes. You can do kind of a just a quick cut or a hold down kind of pulse laser, which is what I'll be using here. Anything that has these yellow hazard symbols on it, you will want to break those apart, and that will then free up the items that you need to be putting into your ship or the processors here.
So you're taking off like the front bumper of this ship.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to a lot of people who've played this game outside of Johnny on the show. We haven't really talked method. I think everybody probably approaches this thing a little bit differently, but I like to just take everything on the outside off first, and that gives me a chance to start to figure out which way I want to get in and take apart this thing.
Makes some sense.
Yeah, but it's a game that, we've talked a lot about this on the show. I like games that give me jobs. And a lot of the times in those games, it's more about creating things versus breaking things. And I found this to be a very interesting kind of B-side to those games. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did. That was a thrust push, so you can shoot with your grapple gun to move stuff if you don't want to use a tether, which I'll show here in a second. The physics are pretty remarkable in here as well, but there's something zen about taking apart these big ass ships. It's also kind of scary at the same time. I'm going to use the quick cut on this.
Okay, because that you showed with the hazards picking on the ship. Like there are things that can really mess you up if you don't take them apart the exact right way.
I've just attached a tether here, and I can control where it's going to go. So as soon as I let go of this, that tether is now going to pull that item where it needs to go. So these bigger items, I could start to pull this down if I wanted to, but I'm just going to tether that down where it needs to go. Okay. But yeah, you can, the further you get in the game, you're going to start to get into some different shit, like pressurized cabins. So if I come up here to the top, it's probably going to tell us danger. I think that will... You see how that says danger there? Mm-hmm. That means that if I cut that open, it's going to fuck some things up for me. And that will move the ship around. That will potentially move me around.
So you would need to carefully depressure the inside of the ship before you can just crack it.
Let me cut this thing off really quick, and then I will take us inside.
Okay.
Get in there.
How much do you think you get from the ship? Do you have a maximum amount that...
Let's see if it shows here. So potential, right there, it's going to be, 12
is that 12,000?
12 million here.
Oh, that's 12 million. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So by getting to, it's going to be close to 13 million when it's all said and done. That'll go towards our outstanding balance.
So it is. It would take some time, but it is conceivable to get to the to clear your debt.
Yeah, I think one could assume so.
I didn't know, because I know this game has a story mode to it, so which is what you're doing now. So I didn't know if clearing your debt was part of the story, or if the idea is no. Obviously, you're not clearing your debt. These are just fake numbers to show that capitalism is bad while we tell a different story that's happening.
So this game, it leans really heavily into workplace. And one of the things that they've added into this game is they've got a full voice cast that will come on. It's like talking heads to talk to you while you're out here doing this shit. And one of the things that's being discussed is unionization. And I don't know if that is something that will play into how we get out of debt or stay in debt, or if something bad happens, like union busters and all that shit. Like I don't really know. I do know that one of the things they did add into this,
look at that.
It's just so good, dude. It's just so satisfying. And there it goes.
Ooh.
Off to be processed.
Yeah, these physics are pretty good.
Yes, sir. One of the things that they did add into this is your main handler, your boss. He's an ex-cutter. As he was out there, the clones, to his point, just weren't as good as they are now, and his clone ended up getting degraded over the years, and they couldn't clone him properly, and he can no longer do the work out here. But
so you're a clone?
You're a clone of yourself. Yeah, like you basically, when you agree to take the job, you let them destroy your body and upload it to where, like, if I go into that furnace, they'll just make me again, but put me further in debt.
Bobby, are we just playing Citizen Sleeper again?
There's some similarities there, but not too dissimilar from one part of Citizen Sleeper. That's a spoiler here, I guess, is that your boss gives you his old rundown personal ship, and it's kind of like the old car in the garage that you're repairing. And here, like while we're taking apart ships, like once you get that, I haven't got it yet. Because they reset your progress after the 1.0. You'll start to decide, like, do I want to turn something in, or do I want to take that for myself and put it on my ship and get my ship flight ready? And so I'm wondering if there's going to be just like an escape from this terrible situation you've got yourself in.
Terrible, but you're also having a fun time tearing these ships apart.
Oh, yeah. So that just let us know that we need to go and get some more oxygen. So we're going to come back here to this station. And...
was that at the bottom?
Yeah. They'll let you know, like, hey, you're almost out of time, or hey, you need to go get some oxygen. So I'll grab that, and I'll...
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. If you don't, like, if you're somebody who just, like, that brings a lot of anxiety for folks, which I totally get, like, managing survival systems is not fun for everybody. There are modes in this game, just kind of like free play, where you can just load up ships and go out there as long as you want to and not have to worry about any of that shit. And,
that's nice. Yeah. That sounds like something I would be interested in, just to get the zen of breaking this stuff apart without having to worry about the going back and forth. Or I hope the story is good. Have you found the story to be compelling?
I do like it. I like it quite a bit, actually. And there's parts of it that are actually like pretty fucking sad. Like people's lives are pretty fucked because of like what they have to do and like why they have to, like what work means to them. And I think that they bring a lot of heart and a lot of passion for just, it's all voice acting. So like I used to listen to, when this game first came out, this is like my podcast game. And I don't mean that like in a derogatory sense, but like there's just music, which I like the music a whole lot. It's got a great soundtrack. But I would just listen to podcasts and kind of, zone out and do it. But now I really like to be able to get the story beats on what's going on. And
sure.
I find it to be very well done so far. There's 3 acts. So as like early access was going, like they had like act 1 out for a long time. And I think they added in. Okay, so I just hit my first goal. That's what the thumbs up was there. So I've been awarded that first tier. So we got... I can't remember what MP is for. That's like our overall rank. I can't remember what that stands for. Fuck. But then our links token, we got 15 links tokens. So that's what we use to upgrade our skill trees, and I'll show you that after this shifts up here.
Okay.
So that's what that was about. I tend to move. I think I move at an okay pace. Like I can get a pretty good amount of stuff chipped away. I don't get in a very big hurry. I like to take my time for sure and make sure that like I don't fuck up. I've already destroyed something that I wasn't supposed to, apparently. Something small. It's that little red sliver on our,
Gunner, there's 5 minutes remaining in this shift.
up there at the top. And if you do too much of that, then like it'll start to weigh in on like what your overall rewards will be. So I got the bottom piece busted off there. We can now see what's going on back here. Get one more of these for the barge.
Deposit accepted for processing.
And, ooh, grab these posters. Put those up in the ship.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So you can find certain things like this that at the end of it, it'll show you what you got. There's a lot of duplicates, but like once you get one of them, you can just put that poster wherever you want to multiple times in your ship if you wanted the same poster everywhere. So it's just a neat little thing that they added into it. All right, I took the bottom off this section. This is where our reactor core is going to be, I think. Nope. Must be further up this way. Interesting. Let's get rid of these beds. Okay. And it's just very much a relaxing but somewhat stressful game. Like, it can definitely like go off the wires. And this ship, I don't think this is a very complicated ship, but the hazards aren't terrible. Some of these you're going to start to get like generators and batteries, and you're going to have to be like very much timed. Like, okay, I need to get this pulled off. I need to freeze this core, or that's going to count down before I can get rid of it. You can get electrocuted. You can get shocked. I'm sorry, you can get set on fire. You can get froze. There's a lot of things that you can have happen that aren't great.
Do those stick with you through like this run, this campaign that you're going in?
So like I could bust open my helmet right now if I brought something back too quick, and that's going to cause me to lose audio and oxygen faster. And so you can go back where you got your oxygen and you can get a ship repair kit. It puts you further in debt, but like at this point, what's the fucking point, you know? Like, what's it matter? You're already in debt. So like be in more debt if you need to like survive out here. Oh shit.
What'd you do?
I disconnected. All right, that wasn't terrible. That could have been worse. Whew.
What happened?
All right, so the cabin, which is this area here, this door I did not pressurize correctly.
Oh, so the cabin was also pressurized.
So what I was doing, like I was just busting these off, which that worked out pretty fucking all right.
Yeah.
Because I needed to get in here to do this shit. But what happened was when I took off that last one, it just blew the front end off.
I see.
And it could have knocked our ship further back, but we actually...
And could have knocked you further away, too.
It did. I had to lock onto the brakes pretty hard there.
Yeah.
So little things like that, like you get cozy and you don't pay attention, or you get cocky and you think that you can do things a certain way, and it can really damage. Like you can die. Like it's a risky fucking job for sure. Man, this is just it's so good though. Like when it's great, it's just some of the best game feel. Oh shit.
Damn it, Poppy, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You're
What the hell just happened?
You're flying, baby. You're not gonna get that piece back.
You want to bet?
Do you get docked? You get docked pay for losing part of the ship?
Yeah. Oh, that thing's flying.
Yeah,
it's just going. It's gone.
That is way gone.
Okay. That was just a piece of aluminum, maybe. Fuck me. I think. Whew. Yeah, nanocarbon destroyed $88,000 out the fucking door.
That's a shame.
You know what though? Nobody wanted to see me do this really well.
No, of course. It's for the quick look. We need to see what happens when you mess up. So
you know what though?
I'm glad you showed us that.
There's only happy little accidents out here in space.
Yes.
Chase. We'd only have accidents. Nobody makes mistakes. It's all teachable
Hardspace
moments.
Rossbreaker. That's what this is.
Oh, yes. So there's a lot of goodies in there. I'm going to leave that behind because we are counting down. I'm almost out of oxygen. I'm not too worried about that. So
when your shift ends, does it just automatically stop you? Oh,
yep.
Well, there you go. Okay.
And then it gives you this screen that shows you what you destroyed. So a panel, not terrible.
Yeah.
Not a terrible loss.
So
but
you made $3.5 mil.
Yeah. And then I was able to go up. So I believe that's what the MP stands for. I can't remember exactly what the breakdown is, but that's your like overall level.
Mm-hmm.
So when we come out of there, you'll come back, you'll wake up in your ship, and sometimes when you level up, there'll be somebody that like wants to either send you an email or they'll start talking at you.
Hello, Shipbreaker.
So these are the posters that we picked up. Ooh, we got a new ship type too, though.
Pattern deviation
Very
nominal.
cool.
Have a good day.
Oh, there's an email, so we can check that if we wanted to. So that's the other thing here. Oops. Oh yeah, there's Weaver.
Mighty impressed by you. Remind me of me when I started. Oh,
I think this is where we get our ship, actually.
Bushy-tailed. Had big dreams of hitting the rails back then. Bought myself one of them classic armadillo rigs.
There it is.
Named the old girl Beulah, after my mother.
It's a great
Told
mom
you
name.
about my bad
Oh, yeah.
revive a while back. Another case of me and technology not getting on, I guess. Bottom line is, this body just ain't fit for flying no more. So, I want to give Beulah to you, Cutter. She ain't in the best of shape, but she'll do good by you. Hell, even a few places around the village that'll fit her out for gate travel.
About how much time do you think you've put into it so
Anyway,
far
that's it.
since this 1.0 release, where they wiped your progress from before?
I'm just happy
I'm probably
to
around
be with somebody that
4-ish hours, I think.
Okay.
we were out.
And again, like that can go like a few different ways, you know, like that could be a that could be a situation where it took a little bit longer for somebody and they didn't get through it as much as they were learning, but like I felt like I got through a lot of those ships pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew what I was doing. So that, yeah, man, like, oh, that's the other thing. Let me show that off really quick. If you are new and learning, you can come in here to certification and you can see like, this is where your progress is and where they expect you to be. So you can go all the way to level 30 as a Grandmaster Shipbreaker. These are going to be like kind of big story beat stuff that happens down here in the bottom where you're going to see ship hazard levels. So we're still on 5 and they keep you at 5 for a while. Like you ramp up pretty quick in your basic training. And when you get to this 5th level, the hazards there's like clearly what you saw happen in the shipyard just now.
Right.
Things that you're learning on how to do.
You're dealing with a lot of different things at that point. So they want you to play around with that before they throw even more at you.
And then like as you start to mouse over, you can see the tools that you get. So like your thrusters you get more durability there. Your work suit now has electrical resistance, so you don't get electrocuted as much. They give you some pretty impressive unlocks, and all that is back over here. So when you go to your equipment, I can go into my laser, and now that I've been upgrading, you can see that these are not met yet from a tiering level, but this is going to be my heat capacity, and it costs 25 credits, and I have 53. So this is going to make me be able to run that longer without damaging it or having to let off. This here is going to give me further range, which helpful. This here is going to be for the secondary function of it, that like split kind of V-shape one. But when you come to your helmet, you know, like this is going to be, you can really get your oxygen levels up quite a bit. So like around level 16, you'll be able to start to do stuff like that. So you can see how it'll play out. We haven't unlocked demo charges yet. We're getting close to that. Those are a lot of fun. They're like they're just that. They're demo charges. So you place them on items and then they cut through, and you can do some really controlled demolitions to get into some stuff. And that's a wild trip time. It's such a fascinating game. I have loved the story beats. Like, it feels like they didn't even have to do that, but like this game is just such a passion project for them, and it's been really cool.
Nice.
So you can come back to your ship, and this is what it would look like.
That's the same ship you were working on, and you can come back to it. And
you can see over here for
for
current ship, and then down here it'll show you the next ship rank will be at 8. So we've got all these that we could pick through if we didn't want to come back to this ship for whatever reason.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, man. So this has been a quick look at Hardspace Shipbreaker. We're probably going to play this live on our Twitch channel, which you can follow along on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/thecasualhour. If you dig these types of quick looks, like, subscribe, hang out. We put them up twice a week on youtube.com/thecasualhour. We do record a weekly podcast that we talk about games like Hardspace Shipbreaker and then other current events around video games and video game culture. We post that every Friday morning wherever you listen to podcasts, and it's a really good time. Chase, anything else you want to talk about, look at before we break out of here?
How is this on your Steam Deck?
You know what? It's really cool. It plays great on Steam Deck. I typically play this with a mouse and keyboard.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that precision might be nice.
Yeah, like one of the things that like I've found. So before we break away here, if you've played a flight simulator, and using a keyboard for it, your ship or your suit controls very much like that. So you're going to have your thrusters. So like space bar is going to go up. I think shift goes down. If I press Q, I start to do a left rotate. E is a right rotate, but there's a shortcut. So like I can be pressing forward with WASD, and I've got a shortcut set up. If I press Q and E at the same time, it's a hard break. Not like hard breaker, but like actual break.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I've done is on my mouse, I've got two side buttons, and each one of those are now programmed to be my two tools. So I can swap back and forth incredibly quick without using because on a controller, like the way that they would prefer you to do it, I think is like a picker wheel. Mm-hmm. And you go through that. But I do think that the mouse and keyboard's fine, but being able to play this on the go on the Steam Deck has been great.
Okay.
I have not tested having just my mouse and keyboard hooked up to my Steam Deck and playing it that way. So like if I was using a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard and I hooked that up to my television, could I just switch my input method that way and play like on a couch or something with a lap desk and do it that way? Yeah. Which that could be appealing. Nice. It's cool. It's a very cool game. I'm very happy it hit 1.0. They've done a great job with it. Everybody should play this game. It's on Game Pass. It's $35 normally on Steam. It's currently discounted for the launch. So pick it up, check it out.
Yeah,
if you have Game Pass,
once it comes to a platform that I own, I will definitely be checking it out.
Hell yeah. Well, Chase, thanks for sticking around for this one. It's always good to come back to games that we've done early access quick looks on or demos and see like what they came out to be. And I would say that this has been a hell of a journey, and I'm so happy to be here. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you all for watching, and we will be back later on with more quick looks.